Yeah.
Okay.
I guess for more up-to-date topics, especially since I made a Jura video, I didn't really talk about this in the video, but that's kind of just tangentially related. Would you agree? So I have a weird dynamic right now because it's policing Boruto. Or rather, no.
Well, hang on. I don't think
He's
he. No, I'd say he's more like he's patrolling Boruto. Why would you say he's policing him?
Because he like a police officer, whenever a criminal shows up, the police officer shows up. That's exactly what Jura's doing.
I mean, if you like conceptually, I suppose. I guess you have like the Leaf Police Force, but there aren't really like police officers in the story. Like, I don't think you should make that comparison in real life. Whereas Patrol is a little bit more ambivalent. It can just apply anywhere. Like, it's more of a concept than an actual in-universe thing.
It's not that he is a police officer, it's just that he's doing the policing.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I think the better comparison for policing would actually be with Kashin Koji.
No, Koji's patrolling Boruto.
No, I definitely say that Jura's patrolling Boruto. Like, if anything, Koji makes more sense since he's literally wearing blue like a police officer.
Yeah, but the problem is that Jura isn't patrolling Boruto. He's not even watching him. He's only policing him. Whereas Koji's always watching him, which is patrolling.
Well, no, I think that I'd completely disagree with that. What is patrolling to patrol? It's literally moving around. Jura teleports. Koji literally stays in place while allowing Boruto to be the one to go out and do things away from him.
Jura isn't patrolling Boruto. He's patrolling the bookstore. So, like, he doesn't police the bookstore. He patrols it, but he polices Boruto.
Well, just because he's going around the bookstore doesn't mean he can't police the bookstore. I'd say he's definitely patrolling the bookstore and Boruto, whereas Koji's policing him.
There's a clear difference in intent. He's just a patrol the bookstore.
But you're implying it as if patrol has to be a negative intent, whereas policing, you're also implying has to be a negative intent. But I think that's where the contradiction lies. It's a hypocrisy because patrol isn't positive or negative in connotation. It's just general.
So let me use another example of Jura's action. So remember when Jura shot Boruto and Sarada? It's like a police officer shooting a convict trying to escape. Patrol officers don't do that. They just patrol.
Okay, but if you want to use that logic, then Jura's not the one doing it. The bullet's the one shooting Boruto, and the bullet isn't policing. The bullet is obviously, since it's traveling, it's patrolling. And Boruto happens to be in its way.
What matters is who fired the shot, which is Jura.
Well, you have to think about the context of how Jura fired the shot, which was the bullet.
A police officer is the one who shoots. Like, the gun doesn't.
But the police officer isn't the one that kills; it's the bullet.
Yeah, but it's the intent. That's the police officer is the one intending.
Well, yeah, the police officer ironically intends to patrol, but ends up policing. So maybe you could argue that Jura is intending to patrol and he's accidentally policing, but I don't think that's the case. I think he just is patrolling.
No, he's definitely going there to police Boruto. I mean, Immortal, what do you think?
Immortal, choose for us.
I would say he's going there to... You said he's going there to patrol.
Let's go! I completely agree, Immortal. Thank you.
I don't think so. I think... Why do you say he's patrolling rather than policing?
Because I would say he's trying to... Well, it's like what I think what Oodie said about, how they basically will bring down an inmate by shooting them if they try to escape.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's policing.
No, that's patrolling.
Yeah.
No, that's when they become policers.
Well, no, they are police who are patrolling. You're thinking of the noun and applying it by adding an ing, but that doesn't change it into a verb. It's more like an adverb that you're thinking of, which really applies as an adjective to patrolling, which is how you're actually thinking about it, which is where the semantics come in.
The patrol only just walks around and looks. The policing comes when you're enforcing the law and striking it down. That's the difference.
I mean, you could argue that Jura said that he will eventually police Boruto, since he's saying that eventually fate will catch up to him. But that's not even Jura. That's just like destiny itself is going to kill Boruto, not Jura. So, don't think there's any intent there, and definitely not now. It's only for later, which hasn't happened yet.
Well, actually, it's more like he was policing Boruto in chapter 13.
Well, no, because even then, he said that he's not going to kill him because, oh, frickin' the gods of destiny must be on your side, or whatever. Preordained
it's not that he's going to kill him, it's that the
higher powers, divine powers.
intervention simply saved Boruto.
Yeah, so he's not policing Boruto. He has to be patrolling him based on that.
Well, no, he was trying to police him, but divine intervention saved Boruto.
Sounds like you got a 2v1 on my side. I don't even see Jura having a badge. If anything, Koji's the one with the badge. He is literally a singularity of fate, after all.
No, Jura has a badge right on his top of his head. That's not a patrol badge, that's a policing badge.
Okay. Well, if we're playing nitpicky here now.
Ishiki policed Kawaki.
I don't know. Immortal, you still think he's patrolling, right?
Nope, policing.
Wait. Did you just switch up on me, Immortal?
Yeah.
Why?
Change the definitions.
What do you mean? The definition didn't change. It can't change. It's written in Merriam-Webster.
Pull it up.
He just agrees with my analysis, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, which part of his analysis, Immortal? Prove you were paying attention.
Well, I agree with Kamui when he said that, policing is pretty much like enforcing, whereas patrolling is just you just watching, surveillancing. Everything.
Well, hang on, because I got the definitions for you right here. So the definition of policing: the maintenance of law and order by a police force. Jura is not only not a police force, he is not maintaining law and order. Similarly, the definition for patrol, an expedition to keep watch over an area, especially by guards or police walking or driving around at regular intervals, which is way more describes Jura than policing.
So real quick, Oodie. No, two things.
Yeah.
First, go back to the other one real quick.
Yeah.
Jura is neither Boruto's guard or a police officer, or is he walking or driving around at regular intervals. So by this definition, it wouldn't fit based off the logic you just used. Now go back to the other definition.
Well, I'll give you that it does say... it says police, but it says especially by police. So this applies especially to police, not just to police.
Okay.
But also.
But it is... go back again.
So this says by
a police on an Hold on.
I would say he's way more on an expedition than not. Let's look up definition of expedition if you want to use that argument. A journey or voyage undertaken by a group of people known as the Shinju with a particular purpose, which they definitely have, especially that of exploration, scientific research, or war.
He's not on a journey to Boruto. He just teleports. Now go back to police.
Okay, we're going to this rabbit hole. We're looking up journey now. This is not what I want.
Exactly. He's not in the band journey.
Okay. An act of traveling from one place to another. He definitely is doing that when he teleports.
He doesn't travel, he teleports.
Okay, we're going down even further. What's definition of travel? The act of moving from one place to another. He does that.
No, he doesn't move.
I'm sorry, did you not see him lean his head back into the claw grime cube to come out of the claw grime?
He doesn't always do that. That time he moved.
Okay, no, he has to literally move into the claw marks as a point. So he has to move.
He's transporting.
He's not. Show me the word transport anywhere in the Boruto 2 Blue Vortex manga.
Go back to police definition again.
Okay. Yeah.
So you conveniently ignored the second one. The enforcement of regulations or an agreement. He is doing that. He doesn't have to be in the police force to do that.
How so is he doing that?
Well, he's trying to regulate Boruto's movement. He's enforcing it. And he made an agreement with Code.
That was at a later chapter, so we can't use that for before events. But regulations definition. Regulations are rules or orders that are issued by a government agency, of which Boruto or Jura is not.
Yeah, he is. He's the president of the Shinju.
It's not officially recognized by the world. Similarly to how certain people are not recognized as ninja, such as Hanzo.
He doesn't need to be recognized by the world. He needs to be recognized by his own government. That's all.
Okay, the other Shinju are not recognizing Jura as the president.
He's literally their boss, man.
Okay, and that's the nuance where we need Immortal. We need you for an answer. We are down to the nitty-gritty nuance of this. What is your final stance?
So is he regulating or ordering or enforcing?
Well, that's the question for you. Is he doing any of them? Or because if so, he's policing.
Or is he patrolling?
Yeah. I still say he's patrolling. Based on every definition we just looked at, he has to be. The question is whether or not he's policing.
Definitely policing. We've already proven it.
Definitely not.
Yeah, if he's already enforcing, he's policing.
Enforcing what? What is he enforcing, Immortal? Because you said if, not that he is. So if he is, then sure, but do you think he is? If so, what? Yeah, exactly. I got you there.
We didn't give him a chance to answer at all.
I'm enforcing, Kamui.
So you're policing like you're...
No, I'm patrolling.
See, here's the thing. George is not walking around in between intervals trying to figure out, what Boruto is doing. Or whether or not if he's trying to escape.
Well, he's definitely doing that to the bookstore, at least. And how do you know it's not at regular intervals? It seems to be. Like, he seems to have the very patternless behavior to his behavior.
Well, from what I understand, in chapter 13, yeah, he was watching Boruto.
Yeah.
And he was trying to keep tabs on him. But the moment Boruto got the Thorn Soul Bulb, he immediately snipes him. Just like that. If he was just patrolling, he probably would just kept watching.
Well, let's keep in mind that this is just a noun definition. Similarly, conveniently, Kamui similarly conveniently ignored another definition of patrol. Keep watch over an area by regularly walking or traveling around or through it.
He doesn't do that.
He's absolutely doing that.
Not regularly. He's regularly going to the bookstore, not to watch Boruto.
Is that not an area?
But that's not patrolling Boruto, that's patrolling the bookstore. For books.
I would say he's regularly traveling around Boruto.
He assigned a Code and Matsuri to the patrolling, whereas Jura will do the policing.
Immortal, give your final thoughts.
Well, no, real quick, go to chat. The image I sent.
God.
Just another reason to indicate that Jura is like a police officer. Police officers are often considered to be curious. Y'all know Jura is curious, particularly in a professional sense, where their job requires them to actively investigate situations and gather information by asking questions and observing details to understand what is happening, which is sometimes referred to as professional curiosity. That is a picture-perfect description of Jura.
And then he assesses the situation and tries to figure out what he wants to do from that point forward.
Well, but Kamui...
Jura is a police officer at heart.
Are patrollers curious? Yes, patrollers can be curious! Wow!
Yeah, here's the difference. They can be, but police officers aren't. And look, go with your patrollers. It's immediately mentioned police officers.
Often. Considered.
That's
even.
More often
just considered.
Right.
Not that they are often curious, but often considered to be curious, implying that they aren't actually curious.
Yeah,
All right,
but
how can we quantify often? Or
we would consider Jura to be curious, so that's just like a police officer.
Well, no, Jura is curious, not just considered to be curious.
Yeah, police officers are curious, but they're also considered to be curious.
Not necessarily. Can you
Yeah,
point
yeah,
to
it says it right there.
anything that indicates police officers are factually curious?
Have you watched Death Note?
Okay, something non-fiction.
Yeah, Death Note.
Okay. Anyways. Immortal
Are
Final
you trying
Fight.
to say that's not real?
well, Jura can be curious, but that doesn't mean he isn't.
Exactly.
He does mean he also often isn't curious as well.
So far, I completely agree.
Jura is only curious. He's a police officer at heart.
Immortal, you're on my side, it sounds like.
Now I'm feeling
He's
more
been on my
neutral.
side for a while.
Oh, okay, well, Immortal, if you're feeling mutual, how about you give your genuine, honest, full take without mere Kamui interrupting you, in terms of both sides, or just which side you're thinking, the full scope, conundrum, the whole kit and the caboodle.
Okay, so
Both.
Jura is Jura can be both a patroller and a police officer, but he is more so policing when it comes to Boruto. Patrolling when it comes to the bookstore, but more policing when it comes to Boruto.
Can you
There we
give
have it.
an elaboration, describe why for both?
Patrolling because he wants to make sure that the bookstore is all right. He very much values the bookstore, and that's pretty much the only reason why Konoha is still even well standing and alive. And if he lost interest in Konoha, pretty sure he probably would have destroyed it long ago and probably killed Boruto and Kawaki and the world. However, he's also policing because there are certain things that certain lines that Boruto shouldn't have crossed. And so Jura decides to take it into his hand to shoot down the quote unquote inmate, which is Boruto.
Well, to be fair, Jura didn't enforce that since Boruto got away scot-free.
Who did?
Nobody did. He got away scot-free.
That's because of divine intervention, though.
Okay.
Then you're gonna have to include Shibai into this.
Okay, well, it's okay, but I'm okay with that. Because of divine intervention, Jura did not enforce Boruto. Therefore,
But
Jura
he
did not
tried to.
police.
He did enforce it. Just because Boruto got away. Like, for example, if a police officer's trying to catch a criminal and the criminal gets away, you're not going to say that the police officer wasn't policing. The criminal just got away.
But Kamui, if the prisoner doesn't just get away and the prisoner instead passes out and I get in my car and drive away as a police officer, and when I'm questioned why, I'm said, God told me to. I did not police that person.
Well, you did. That just would be a reason to say that it makes no sense.
No. That's not policing. That's just shooting someone in cold blood and leaving the crime scene.
As a police officer, Jura made the decision.
Oh, God. Please, Immortal, continue.
Yes.
Okay, well, Immortal, if that's all you had to say on Jura, we did also argue Kashin Koji. So, did Kashin Koji patrol or police Boruto? Go. And why?
Patrol.
Okay. Interesting. Why?
That's what I said.
So I would say he patrolled, but I don't think he's like policing Boruto in any way. Not like he's enforcing any rules. Actually, no. Scratch that. Yes, he is.
But he definitely is patrolling.
Yeah, he is. It's like a mixture of
He's doing
patrolling and
both.
policing. He doesn't want Boruto to, you know, die, so he's trying to limit the, you know, the confrontations between him and Jura as much as possible so that the world doesn't end. But at the same time, he's patrolling him as in watching him to make sure that everything goes well.
Koji and Jura honestly have a lot in common. Like they both police Boruto. They're both like finding their own identities and stuff.
Indeed. Excuse me with both of you. Okay, anyways. I did make a poll for anyone who wants to vote in the live chat. There you go. What is Jura doing? Patrolling, policing. But it sounds like, Kamui, you got Immortal on your side, so congratulations on that one.